Hammer that I haven't used for 18 years, so I'll do my best. But this is the Cadillac of air hammers for milling. It's got a variable pressure valve here, so you can vary the amount of vibration you get to suit the stone that you're addressing. I should say that when I got my mill, which is a big 40-inch natural stone, I bought it used from a milling company in Montana. And Roger Jansen, who makes these mills, happens to live part of the year in the town where I am. And so he came to help me dress them, and we opened it up. And my stones, after, I don't know, 6 or 8 years of use, and the milling company would turn them on Monday morning and not turn the mill off until Friday night. So round the clock, 24 hours, Monday through Friday is how they ran them. And they obviously hadn't taken very good care of the stones. So the patterns we found on my stones were these grooves that were circular going this way, and that's exactly what you want to keep from happening. You don't want the wheat to be able to find a groove and travel around the stone. You want there to be as much impediment to that as possible so it mills properly. So we had to grind these stones down until we got rid of all those grooves that had built up over the years from that much use and without being worked on. Natural stone mills are great. You have to maintain them, and it's not difficult to maintain them. Now here's also an example. We chipped off most of the flour that was caked on here, baked on, but you can see some of it still there. So yeah, I was exaggerating. I guess it was probably about a third of the stone surface was just crust, and that's what we were trying to mill flour on. So I'm going to try and set up the pressure that's appropriate for this. So this is an air hammer. I don't see mine. I sent mine up here too to show you what I typically work with. Mine's,
is that it?
No, that's yeah. This is the bit that I need. I've got something that looks more like a gun that I use for mine. This is my air hammer, and you just plug it into a compressor and let it go. I use the same kind of a bit. I use a 9-point bushing tool. That's what this is called, a bushing tool, to roughen up the stones with. Mine doesn't have variable pressure, so this is really nice that it has that. This is more expensive. I can't remember what mine costs. This will cost $200 or $300 at least. Any questions before I start making noise?
Are the red marks blood?
No, it's a pink granite. Yeah, it's the color of the granite. And are there other marks you're talking about? Oh, these. So my guess is this is what the Jansens do when they dress a stone is they'll paint the whole stone with a food grade paint. Then they'll set the stones back up and run them so they're touching together. They'll take it back apart, and where there's no paint left is where your smooth spots will be, and those are the spots that the stones are touching, and that's what you want to work on. The part of the stone that's already rough, that hasn't gotten smooth, you don't have to work on that part. Yeah, right. So, yeah, so I imagine that's just leftover paint from when they dressed these stones before. My granite's kind of a, when you get it wet, it's this beautiful purple kind of color. And it's got chunks of quartz and other types of rock in it just naturally. So again, that's an example of choosing stones that have different densities within the stone so that it's more likely to wear unevenly. So let me get going on this. So I'm not too technical when I dress my stones. I don't do any painting. I just feel for the smooth spots and I work them. So I feel one spot here, which is definitely where these stones are hitting more than any other part, and it's It's like marble there. You want to feel
You can
that?
see it from here.
And then feel that. See, feel the difference? So I'll definitely want to work this. The stuff that's still under the flower, who knows? But typically they'll get smooth on the outer edges before they get smooth on the inner part of the stone. Any other questions?
Why is this thing getting louder?
Is that getting louder? Jonathan, did that start feeding faster? Is that why it's getting louder? Oh, it's emptying. No, it's not emptying.
No.
Could you slow down the feed a bit?
Blow up.
It's about to blow.
Yeah.
That's good. And could you keep an eye on it when it's about to empty, switch the bucket and throw some einkorn in there? Okay. Okay, let me give this a try. Yeah, so there's rough. There's smooth. Yeah.
That's for the blood marks. They use heat to find their sweet spot. That's just acceptable in this case to have it go at that end is something that would be painful.
Something that would mark it somehow? Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
You're just trying to rub it up right through the collar.
You're asking why I'm not going to do that?
Yeah, it's like this.
Well, I knew it'd be problematic to paint it, put it together, run it. I just knew that the setting's not right for that. This is much simpler.
That's curious.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let me take a stab at this.
Oops. Turn it off. There you go.
So there's going to be some stone particles. You ready for that? They won't travel far.
Oh, that's a little weird.
I'm going to try to get all this flour off first.